So she spent the whole weekend here in our neighborhood, in our stores and everything else. And so, everyone here is a little bit on edge. But, there's been a lot more going on in this neighborhood prior to this.
Well, listen, what's your bottom line so Wayne can comment?
Well, basically the bottom line is that, Metro Health came out recently here, which is a hospital, Cleveland Metro, saying that they are prepared for Ebola. And, Mayor Don Pasquale here in Akron said, no, we are not ready for that. We want them to be, if there are anybody that becomes symptomatic, we'd like them to be shipped out to a proper hospital that can deal with it. Margaret Irma, which is the Summit County Public Health Department spokesperson, said that, they
Sure,
would
it's in total disarray. I got to jump for other callers, Indigo Kid and others, but, we get the basis of what you're saying. Could this be, Ebola's real in Africa, but could this be a simulant with people that think they have Ebola? As Mr. Steele said from the CIA a few weeks before this broke, that it could be a simulant and something to create panic. What's your take, Wayne Madsen?
Well, we are getting into flu season after all, so people could get confused. But, remember Obama hosted this Africa summit about a month and a half ago or so, 2 months ago. And I said, why in the world would he be having these private executive jets fly these leaders in who won't be going through the normal security checks or customs immigration checks at the airport, because many of them flew into Andrews Air Force Base and others flew into Dulles and went through the VIP lounge there. And and then we had Frieden, this Tom Frieden, Dr. Frieden, the head of the CDC, said, "Oh, well, Ebola will never be a problem here in the United States. We're not worried about it." And I said, this guy sounds like a quack. And you know what? His job before he was the head of CDC he was Mayor Bloomberg's director of public health in New York. He's the guy who came up with the ban on big sodas. And can you imagine this guy goes from big sodas to Ebola? I think he should go back to the big sodas and leave the CDC.
A bunch of control freaks. All right, thank you. Indigo Kid and Anthony and Janero, I think is how you say it. Your calls are straight ahead. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
News flash. Home invasions are on the rise. It takes less than 10 seconds to kick in a door. 10 seconds is not enough time to protect your family. And what would happen if you're not home? Easy Armor is the ultimate security solution. 85% of break-ins are through a door. Protect your home now with Easy Armor. Go to InvasionStopper.com to get real security for under $70. That's InvasionStopper.com. Easy Armor. Your security is our only business.
Nanoparasites, termed viruses, infect the iron-poison population, for they require a host with iron to replicate. Parasites are propagated via the food and water supply and through vaccinations. Those born after 1945 have the vaccine parasite set to activate now. Due to unprecedented iron intake, officials prepare for pandemics because they know the vaccine parasites are activating on a mass scale. This is the extermination plan, people. For further information, go to unveilingthem.com. UNVEILING them.com. Unveilingthem.com.
The experts are clear. Sunlight, purified water, healthy non-GMO food, and having a good attitude is essential to a healthy immune system. But I go further with Super Nascent Iodine X2 from InfoWarsLife.com. 50% stronger than our original and revolutionary Nascent Iodine formula, coming from a deep earth crystal source that no other supplier has. Most other forms of iodine come from seaweed in areas plagued by Fukushima and other contaminants. Not our iodine. It comes from over 200 million-year-old crystal salt deposits and is tested and proven to be completely pure. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today. See the informational videos. Read the information they're compiled. And for a limited time, when you use promo code NOW at checkout, you get an additional 5% off the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products. Secure your Survival Shield X2 today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Adam Miller here with Midas Resources. Today, October 15th, 2014, gold opened at $1246.90. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $1292.55, $646.27 for a half-ounce, or $323.14 for a quarter-ounce. That's $1292.55, $646.27, and $323.14.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? Wait a sec. Gold and silver is going up while Congress is trying to settle on the next debt increase, and there's no end to this madness. That old 401k and IRA can be converted into physical gold without tax consequences. I explained this in my book, 10 Reasons to Buy Gold. Don't let time slip away. Call for your free copy today, 800-686-2237. Get away from that Washington spin and get honest answers about gold. 800-686-2237. The book is free, 800-686-2237.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Indigo Kid, you're on the air with Wayne Madsen, our guest. Go ahead, Indigo. Thanks for holding.
Hey, guys. Well, because Ebola has gone airborne in the sense of these flights from West Africa, I wanted to launch something called Operation Airborne Ebola. And just thinking if people wore the T-shirt I designed or your shirt, Alex, or design their own, just a permanent marker on a white T-shirt, if every time they go and take a flight in the U.S., they wear these anti-Ebola, anti-Obama shirts, that could be a big news story.
They will try to ban you wearing them, and then it'll become a national news story. Everyone should design their own if they don't want to buy one from us. I totally agree with you, and just show how they... And then say, well, wait, you're allowed to fly it in, but I can't wear a shirt saying it? That's a great idea. Wayne Madsen, your take on that?
Well, I just get back to the whole thing with... I don't think we're being told the truth about this. I think Ron Klein has been brought in to basically... put an information cone over news coming out.
A snow job.
Yeah, basically, and how many cases? There was a woman who was also projectile vomiting at one of the train stations in Boston, and they tried to say, oh no, she. You got
Nigerians getting off flights, dying in Houston, dying in New York. Vomit everywhere. Exactly,
and I just I'm not buying it, but we're talking about Gary Webb earlier, and I think Gary set the gold standard for shoe leather investigative journalism. I was so happy he contacted me by email, and I never believed he killed himself. I got into a heated argument with somebody who I knew very well and who I worked with this guy who insisted it was suicide, and I was just... I just publicly disagreed.
Yeah, that was the guy with the connection to the CIA.
Yeah, I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same guy. But I talked to many other people who said, look, the one thing the movie said is he got out of journalism, but when he called me, he was working for an alternative newspaper in Sacramento, and he was investigating the same company, ACS, for red light camera fraud. But I think he was looking at it. He contacted me because he knew I was looking at them with potential election machine fraud, voting machine fraud, and I think he had other information. I think he had a great career ahead of him.
Oh, they were scared of his name and the fact that he never backed off, never said he was wrong, was being vindicated. They couldn't kill his name, so they blew his head off.
Right, and I think of guys like Gary Webb and other investigative journalists I've known over the years who are no longer with us. Many, died. They just got old, died of cancer and stuff like that. But I try to emulate these people who were basically my mentors in journalism, and that's why I'm getting ready to go pursue yet another angle on 9/11, because that may be 13 years ago, but I'm not going to give up on that story.
No, great job. I want to do 5 more minutes at Overdrive and finish, then we'll let you get out of here after doing 2 hours with us. But I want to go to Anthony and Janero and Bill if we have time. But the minute we have left in this hour, folks can visit WayneMadsenReport.com if they want to see really hardcore journalism and a guy who isn't acting like he knows so many angles. He really is super informed. It is a delightful pleasure to have him on for 2 hours and be able to just hear all the factoids and data he brings up, because I've researched so much of this and he knows more than I do on so many fronts, and that's a real pleasure to be able to occasionally actually sit at somebody's feet and learn something. That's the true mark of a master as well, is that you want to learn more and know how much you don't know. But Wayne, as we go to break here, people like Gary Webb will be remembered forever for being honorable in the arena, not backing off when they threatened to kill him and his family. He is the example of a real man, a real human, and all those that helped kill him and were part of it and who went along with it, they are a bunch of cowardly people who I don't think belong to this species. Wayne?
Yeah, and the Washington Post, LA Times, and New York Times attacked him. They're still attacking him based on this movie. They should be ashamed of themselves. They They are sellout journalists. They're nothing more than stenographers. They're not journalists.
They are absolute just cowards. They have no honor. Back in 60 seconds, take a few final calls in overdrive. Some stations don't carry it. Infowars.com/show.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operation.
We let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
It's a popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun and you can feel it.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
I'm just going to talk over this intro as we have limited time.
Big Brother.
Alex Jones here, back live.
Media. Government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones.
One of the greatest things in my life is being able to associate with other informed, honorable people that aren't cowards. And the older I get, the more I just cannot believe how blessed I am to come from an honorable family of good people overall. And that I am not in the company or culture of backstabbing yes men and cowards. I'm just going to say that again here. Anthony in Florida, you're on the air with Wayne Madsen. Go ahead.
Hello. I guess I've got a question or a comment for Mr. Madsen, or question too.
Sure.
Yes. Okay. A while back, I saw this video and it showed General David Petraeus, and he was speaking to a group of people, and he made the comment, "What comes after America? North America is in the North American Union." And I was wondering what the status on that is.
Go ahead, Wayne.
Yeah, well, look what's going on with the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership, which is going to create basically a union of Pacific Rim nations. Now there's also a North America European trade partnership. That's what's happening.
Yeah, it's already official. They're already following it. They're already making our governments illegitimate, and the public just doesn't know. Absolutely, and that's it's all going to be governed by corporations. So unless you're a major stockholder, your vote on election day isn't going to really mean a heap of beans. Yeah, we're training and stuff, to fight, like the World War II enemy. Meanwhile, it's a corporate enemy in suits that organizes the chaos and then presides over the chaos to wreck our lives and consolidate power. Great question, Anthony. Gennaro in Arizona, you're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Alex. Thank you for taking my call. Hi, Wayne. Listen, we spoke a couple of weeks ago about the audacity of the CDC director. I just wanted to touch on a couple things. I really believe that Thomas Duncan and these two nurses do not have Ebola, and this is why. I feel that this is a part of their distraction, diversion, and deflection. It full well could be. They've been caught doing stuff like this before. But, I mean, there really is Ebola raging across Africa. No, that I know. The reason I feel that way is because Robert David Steele said they would try to use a biostimulus that acts like Ebola. Here's my reasoning. Because everybody in that household for Thomas David Duncan do not have Ebola. Yeah, why did the nurses get it, but not the family? It is suspicious. Look, that's the problem with a totally lying government. You can't believe anything they say, so we don't even know. Wayne, your comments. Well, remember when they sent the woman to Atlanta, I believe it was Amber Vinson. Yeah, it was. There was a guy, everyone was wearing these hazmat suits when they were putting on their medevac plane in Dallas, except for the guy in the back who was in charge. Clipboard. I mean, the clipboard man has now become as infamous as the babushka lady and the guy with the umbrella on Dealey Plaza on November 22nd, 1960. Well, that's right. And he gets out of the vehicle with them,
And then he's touching the gurney and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's immune, Wayne.
I guess he's immune. And so they need to find out what his blood is